Hello and welcome to Extreme Muscle number 8. We're going to hit our legs and our shoulders on the Bowflex. This is the final routine of the Extreme Muscle program that I've been rolling out on the channel. And if you've been enjoying them, go ahead and hit that like button now. Everybody else, stick with me through this routine. I hope I bring you on board for more workouts with me. So I've got my pulley position. Everything is running through this bottom set of pulleys down here. I've got it in the second widest position down here. And then in the top pulley, or this middle pulley, I've got it in the second widest position up here that you can bring it in one if you'd like. Now we're going to be using a few different attachments throughout this routine. First is going to be a squat bar. So our very first lift is going to be a squat, and then after that we are going to remove these extensions that give us that extra cable length to do the squat. So we'll take this off and clip it on, and then we're going to be doing some stuff like deadlifts and shoulder shrugs and all sorts of good stuff. So we'll be using this for a while, and then we are going to switch over to using either a tricep rope, or you can just use double Bowflex handles on one side, and we're gonna be doing a lift like this. And then finally, we're gonna be finishing things out with the leg extension. And we won't be using the leg extension or the seat for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this all right now. And finally, throughout this routine, you're gonna see me writing down all of my numbers here. There's a PDF that you can download so you can just follow along with that. We're trying to record everything so then when we come back to this routine, we can work on raising those numbers up a little bit. So there will not be a warm up as part of this routine. I'm gonna be doing 10 reps per set. You can do 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever you wanna do in there. And we're gonna have 1 minute rest intervals between everything. So I hope you join me for this routine. I hope you have a good time. Let's go with Extreme Muscle 8. All right, I hope you're all warmed up and loosened up. Again, we're hitting our legs and our shoulders, so pause the video if those parts of your body aren't ready to go. So squats are gonna be our first lift. And with squats, you might be able to do a lot, you might not be able to do much. I'm gonna be starting this routine out with 240 pounds on both sides, and then I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. My first set, I like having a little bit lighter weight on squats sometimes, especially if I'm not, super loose that day. So, between each of our sets, we're gonna have the opportunity to adjust our weight setting. And, I have some recommendations up here on the screen. Maybe you've done this routine multiple times and you know what you did last time, and you can, choose the appropriate weight for you. So once I've got this all racked up, again, I got 240 set up to go, and now I just got to clip in at the base of the machine here. And just a reminder, this is a more advanced routine, and if you've never done squats before, I've got a link to a video that's got a lot more instruction about how to do them. I'm going to give some tips as we go, but we're going to be working out pretty hard here. So hopefully, hopefully this is all easy to follow along. So for this lift here, I've got my squat bar all set up, and I'm going to just go ahead and put it over my shoulders right now. When the clock hits 10 seconds, I want you doing the same and getting ready to join me here. So I'm going to be standing up nice and tall, and then with a squat, I'm going to take a breath, start dropping, and then raise up out of it. And as you go, try to drop straight down. Okay, join me at, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3. And what I mean by dropping straight down is not leaning forward. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so with the not leaning forward, if you start leaning forward towards the tower, you end up putting a lot more strain on your ankles, your knees, and also your lower back. So try to drop straight down, almost bring your butt towards your heels. And just go as low as you can comfortably go. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a bit more resistance here. I'm going with another 40 pounds, so I'm up to 280 pounds on both sides. We'll see how this feels. I might add one more of those elastic bands. Okay. So for squats, I gave us a little longer rest interval between each set, just because these ones are really using some big muscle groups. It takes a little longer to recover. So let's get ready to go here. Okay, let's drop. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I got a couple more in me. Okay. Let's write it down. And I think I'm going to add just a little bit more. And this is the max I'll be doing today. Now the other thing too is you might notice that my weight is set pretty low here. If you're not able to go quite as far down, definitely have these cable extensions so the weight starts a little bit higher up on the lift. I've got some very good knee mobility that I've kind of built up over the past few years. So it's helped me drop a little bit lower. But do what feels good to you. Okay, let's drop it, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this weight feels really good to me. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we go. Now I'm not sure how much squeaking is coming through on my mic here, but what's happening for me is these bands are rubbing up against the back of the cable, and for some lifts where you have a lot of weight on it, it could make sense to move the pulley position in one and the stop part. Now the thing I don't love about that is this functionally does reduce the weight setting a little bit because your power rods aren't going to be bending quite as far. So I'm going to keep mine out wide, but if you're running into that problem, you might want to bring it in. Or if you just want to drop the resistance by, a couple percent, that could be a good way to do it without, switching all the power rods behind you. Okay. Enough of that. Let's get ready for our last set of squats. Here we go. Dropping, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, couple more left, 9, and 10. All right, nice work. Let's write it down, and then we're going into deadlifts. And for deadlifts, I like keeping the same weight setting that I just did for squats so you could adjust it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this extension attachment here. And now I'm going to be clipping the bar right onto the machine here. I guess there's that little loop there. So you got a little cable length, but not much. And then finally, if you're using one of these like I am, you can pull this off, set it aside, because we're done with having the extensions and the weight sitting on our back. Now let me tell you about deadlifts. So for these, I'm gonna have my feet up against the base of the machine here, and my butt is gonna be up against the backrest. And then I'm gonna hold these handles here like this, and I'm going to lift up. And as I lift up, what I want to be doing is lifting with, my mic just fell out there. So I want to be lifting with my butt here. There's one. And as I do this, my arms are just hanging, holding on to this bar. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you bend down, have your butt go back towards the base of the machine. That's 8, 9, and 10. Okay, let's write it down and we'll talk a little bit more about deadlifts. I hope that instruction was okay there. So again, feet against the machine, and then I'm kind of bending my knees here so then my butt is up against the backrest. And then what I'm doing is I have a little bit of slack here, and as I stand up, I'm not lifting with my shoulders at all. I'm gonna lift up with my legs and then stand up, and then you can almost kick out your hips here, or you can just have them go straight up, that's fine too. And so we're just gonna repeat that here. So I want everybody in position here to join me. All right, let's go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep those feet planted. 5. As you bend down, butt goes against the tower. There's 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So as you do this, you should not really be feeling it at all in your shoulders. You might have a little bit of work in your back, but you're not bending your back up and down. It's just a little bit of tension in there because you're just trying to keep your back straight as you go through this. So all of the work should be happening just from your butt all the way down to the back of your knee as you're going. So we got 2 more of these coming up. Okay, 10 seconds left. I want you to get in position here, grabbing these handles. Again, bend at the knees and raise up. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale on the way up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good work. Let's write it down. And I need a towel. Okay, so we got one more set of deadlifts, and we're moving the calf raises. So calf raises, we're not going to change the bar, but we're going to change the weight a little bit when we get to that. And it looks like I'm going to be dropping the weight by about 70 pounds. So for me, that's dropping it by about 25%. But we got one more set of deadlifts to complete before we get into that. Okay, I want you with me. Grab that bar. Let's get ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Let's lift it up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you have never tried the hip thrust, 5 at the end of this, go ahead and give it a try. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Okay, so again, I'm going to be dropping this weight setting a little bit here by about 25%. And it might make sense to drop a little bit lower than that, depending on your calf muscle strength. I've had some major problems in my life with my Achilles tendons, or specifically the one on my right ankle. You'll notice in my videos I'm always wearing this sleeve because I just have a bad Achilles, and so I've done a lot of calf work. So maybe it might make sense to drop it a bit more than what I have here. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to grab the bar, and then I'm going to be standing off the platform. And if you have an extreme, you're going to be on the floor. That's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to raise up, hold it for a second, and then I want you to really slowly drop down and then explode upward and then slowly drop in that calf raise. So 10 seconds left. I want you in position, ready to go here. Bar at full tension, and let's raise it up and then slowly drop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we got that break time. Again, adjust the weight as needed. Now this Bowflex channel might be brought to you by my Achilles tendonitis, actually, because before really getting into the Bowflex, I was a big runner, and this has really slowed me down. It's been kind of this chronic injury that I've had for quite a while now. I've played a lot of sports, and especially basketball in my younger years, and sprained a lot of ankles, and this has kind of caught up to me as I got older. So it forced me to get a lot more into weightlifting, you know. I'm glad I did. So anyways, let's get in position. All right, I want you with me here. Now let's raise it up, hold it for a sec, and then slowly drop. Lift and drop. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got a couple more in me. 11 and 12. All right, that's it for calf raises. Just a couple of those. We're removing the shoulder shrugs here, and I like add in some of that weight that I just took off when I go on the shoulder shrugs. So I'm going back up to 280. So I'm basically adding about 15% of the weight back now. Okay, and for shoulder shrugs, we're gonna be facing away from the tower, and we're actually gonna grab the bar behind our back here. And then we're gonna step away from the machine, just like this here. And then we're gonna be raising our shoulders up towards our ears. And as you do that, I want you to hold that squeeze for about a second and then slowly drop it back down. Okay, so 10 seconds here. And we're gonna do our first set. All right, let's raise them up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, it is clear to me that I need my weightlifting gloves at this point. Got a good sweat going. It makes it hard to hold on to that bar. All right, 15 seconds to go. We can go ahead and get in position here. Let's raise it up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, 2 more sets of these shoulder shrugs. Whew. So I am like super pumped on this routine today to be wrapping up this extreme muscle program. I put so much time into it. Before recording any of the videos, I actually did a 50-day program of this extreme muscle, and then I got recording, so tons and tons of work went into it. And part of the reason I wanted to do it was I wanted to get a little bit bigger myself. I mentioned just a moment ago, I consider myself more of a runner until this injury really flared up. And well, first off, story time after the set here. Let's get ready to go here though. Let's raise it up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So anyways, I definitely consider myself more of a runner and kind of like a general athlete than a weightlifter. But then in starting this challenge, or this whole channel is what really has got me a lot more into weightlifting, more than I've ever been in my life. And I have not, you know, I'm kind of a slimmer guy, which is kind of weird to be on YouTube giving weightlifting advice and resistance training videos and stuff as a skinny guy. And doing this program, I've actually put on about 3 pounds of muscle over the 50 days of recording, and then the extra about 6 weeks of the 50 days of doing the program and 6 weeks of recording these videos. So really happy with my results, and I hope you see some really good results from this program yourself. Okay, so let's get ready to go here. One more set of shoulder shrugs. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, shoulder press is up next. And for this, I'm gonna be dropping a lot of my weight. I'm gonna drop by over 50%. So I'm going from 280 pounds to 130. So I'll be down to just the power rods here. And then for shoulder press, we're actually gonna be sitting on the ground here. And the first thing I like doing is I like bringing this bar up a little bit and then kind of dropping down into place here. So then my legs are just out in front of me. And then I got this bar sitting on my lap. And then I'm gonna be raising this bar up above my head and then kind of on my shoulders. And then from here, I will just be pressing this weight up above my head. Now, if you're really struggling on the resistance setting that you have racked up, I want you to drop it a little bit because you're kind of in a compromised position with this bar above your head without a spotter or anything. So keep that in mind. All right. Let's go, team. Let's press it up. That's 1. 2, exhale on the way up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. You can lower the weight behind your back, or again, pull it up in front of your face there and drop it down on your lap. Now I put it down because I am going to raise the resistance a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in position here. We got 10 seconds before we're blasting off. All right, let's ready to go. 2, 1, let's raise it up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 1 more set of those. That weight felt real good to me. So our next lift after this, so we're gonna do 1 more set of shoulder press. Just trying to let you know what's coming up. We're gonna take our seat and then we put it in the highest position up here. And then we're gonna do some shoulder raises from a seated position. But we got 1 more set of this to go. So I want you in position here. And just stay with me. As many as you can do here. Yeah, I'm doing 12. I got 12. All right, let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's getting tough. 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. So let's get set up for that shoulder raise. So again, hooking up my seat here, and now I'm gonna drop my weight significantly. So I've got 150 racked up right now. I'm gonna either drop it to 50 pounds, or in fact, I'm gonna keep it at 60. So I'm dropping it by almost 2/3 though. So now this lift, you would think, oh, I just dropped a lot of weight, this thing's gonna be easy. No, this is pretty tough here. So you're gonna sit down, and I want you seated up, nice firm up against the backrest, and you're gonna grab these handles a little bit wider and shoulder width apart, and then you're gonna raise them up to shoulder height, just like that. And for added difficulty, hold it there for a second and try to slowly lower it. So I'm telling you, this is a lot harder than it looks. But we're in this together here. Let's push each other. Let's go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's write it down. Now I actually think I need to drop it down to that 50. My form was really breaking down there at the end. And with any lift, if your form is falling apart, that's you're recruiting other muscle groups, and also so you're not isolating that muscle as much anymore, so it can be less effective, but also you risk injury a bit more. And that obviously depends on on whatever exercise you're doing. But you know, I'm also on camera. I want to have good technique for all of y'all. So you know, find that resistance that works for you. So here we go. All right, let's go, team. Raise it up, and that's 1, 2, 3. Take it nice and slow. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work. Wow, this routine is moving quick. We've got 8 exercises or 8 lifts left to go. So after this lift, we are going to be hooking up either our Bowflex handles or our tricep rope. If you have the handles, I want you hooking both of them up on the same side. But if you have the tricep rope, which is what I'll be demoing on this lift, you're gonna wanna use that instead. You can get a little bit better grip on this. So I'll get into demoing that right after we finish this lift here. And also we are gonna raise the resistance back up. And I'm gonna recommend you put the resistance back to what you did shoulder press at. So don't wanna get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's get one more good set in here of these shoulder raises. Here we go, lift it up. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and add my resistance. So again, I'm going back to what I had before. And we're actually going to be hooking up the weight on one side of the machine. But, you know, I'm going to hook it up on both sides because our final lift, I'll need it anyways. And so I'm done with my squat bar attachment here. And I'm going to hook up my tricep rope. Now again, you can do this. I actually have time to demo this, I think. You can do this with the Bowflex handles. And with the handles, you're basically going to pull this weight up here and you're going to flare your elbows out as you lift the weight up. Now if you have the tricep rope, there's a little demo on the screen for you right now. I'm going to hook that up too. So for the tricep rope, I have my hands kind of over the handles like this. I hope you can see that. I'm going to turn my hands inward. I'm going to raise this weight up here. Bring the ends up to your shoulders and flare those elbows out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Six more sets to go. Let's finish this thing out nice and strong. I put on another 20 pounds there. I could use just a smidge more resistance. Okay, 10 seconds. I want you in position here, getting ready to go. Deep breath in. All right, let's go. Let's raise it up. That's 1. Flare those elbows out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale on the way up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, one more of those to go. And you know, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and start setting up my leg extension. So we're done with our squat bar and we won't be using that again. So leg extensions gonna be our final lift. Again though, we're not there yet. We got one more of those. One more of those upright cable rows. Okay, here we go. Raise it up. Last set of these. Last shoulder exercise. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and smooth. 5, 6, 7, 8. If you got a few more reps, do them. 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Now I've given us a lot of time to hook up this leg extension. And the first thing I would recommend is, while you have a little bit less weight on here, I would go ahead and hook this up right now before you add any more resistance. So for leg extension, I'm gonna lift that weight back up to 210 pounds, which is resistance I haven't done today. So for reference, I did squats up to 280 pounds, and so this is a little bit less than that. Or actually, my squats went to 310. So this is about a third of what I did for, 2/3 of what I did for squats. And now I'm gonna rack up my resistance. And the reason I like doing this is putting on the resistance second is sometimes it can be really difficult. Stuff like that. Sometimes it can be really difficult to hook up the leg extension attachment when there's a lot of resistance on it. So it's a lot easier to hook it up with all this extra space here. So turns out I about needed that full 2 minutes. And from here, we're just gonna be sitting down, sit up nice and tall. And then I like taking my hands and holding the seat right underneath me. And then I just kick out my legs, hold them for a second, and then slowly drop them. Just like that. So I want everybody joining me here in 10 seconds. Pause the video if you need a little more time. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Kick it out, hold it, and then drop. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, nice work. That leg extension really hits those quads and strengthens up those knees. Big fan of that lift. So that's why I put 4 sets of this to finish this routine out. Not taking it easy on any of y'all. Not taking it easy on myself either. I really designed this routine so, you know, that would be really challenging for somebody that's been lifting for a while. And I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could do it. So I mentioned doing this program for 50 days before in this video. And I actually worked out all of these routines. There's 8 of them. 5 times each, so 40 times in total over the course of 50 days. And I'll be releasing a video on that one pretty soon here on the channel, if it's not already out. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 2 more sets to go. So that video, like I said, I'll be releasing soon if it's not already out on the channel. Depends when you're watching this, right? I really wanted to push myself pretty hard, and so I did 40 workouts in 50 days. And I wanted to just put my results out there. There's a lot of people that they're kind of like Bowflex haters or something because they just love free weights, and I get it. It is a different experience on the Bowflex than free weights, but you know, I wanted to show people that you can get results on this machine, and you know, kind of build a program to help people get those results. So You know, if you haven't seen that video, I hope you check it out. But hopefully you get some real good results on this routine as well. You know, post them in the comments below what your results are. Let me know how many times you've worked through this 8 routine cycle and stuff too. So I love getting that feedback. All right, let's go. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, one more to go. You know, we got a minute here to wind things down before we get into this last set. And, you know, during that minute, I want to give a big shout out to all my Ko-Fi Elite members that help support me in creating content like this. So if you're interested in that, there's workout programs and workout journals, and all that stuff helps support me directly, but hopefully, you know, also help support you in your fitness journey and keeping you motivated and stuff. And you know, if you've done a number of these routines with me, you might notice hopefully my audio quality is a lot better in this routine. This is my first routine with this new mic setup that I bought because I've got supporters like that. They help make these things happen. So thank you to all my Ko-Fi Elite members, all my Ko-Fi members. Y'all make this stuff happen, so thank you for your support. Okay, enough on that. Final set of the day. Here we go. Let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, awesome job on finishing this routine, and you know, awesome job on working your way through the program if that's what you've been doing. So don't forget to remove your power rods from tension. And again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. You know, also, if you enjoyed this routine, don't be a lurker. Give me a comment below. Tell me what you thought. I want you to be good to yourself, good to others, and thank you for watching.